You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Monday Night Community Show with me, Daniel, on BRFM, and you may remember that a couple of weeks ago or so I spoke to Dan Pike all about Restoration Youth, and one of the things he covered was all about how they were very shortly going to be moving into their new building, which is the former council offices in Trinity Road, and now they've moved in there and they've started to work on it and get some young people involved in the project as well. So I thought it was a great opportunity to go down there and speak to Dan Pike, some of his colleagues, and also some of the young people to see how they were getting involved in the project. And firstly, I just asked Dan if he could give me a little introduction.
Yeah, so I'm Dan Pike, I run Restoration Youth, and our organisation really transforms the negative mindset of young people by giving them ownership of projects, of events and activities. We put it in their hands and they actually run it themselves, and that's the way that's the process, a process of empowerment, or empowering young people. So we've recently taken over the former council offices, like you say. We took over that Monday, the 11th of February, and it's really exciting. There's a real buzz in the air, lots of young people wanting to be involved in refurbing this whole unit. We've had lots of help from the community. Dewsons have been very kind to us and given us paint and goes incredibly reduced deals, discounted deals. One, for example, we should have been charged £700 for lots of equipment, but they gave it to us for just over £400. So that's been really great. And Wilkinson's contributed £50 voucher to the project as well. And so we've had lots of different help from the community, and we welcome more, of course. So we do have groups of young people being involved, and we've got CXK, the former Connections group here. Lizzie Martin leads the Swout area, and Lizzie's just going to explain what they do and what they're doing at the moment.
I lead a Prince's Trust team programme, which is a 12-week course for young people who are unemployed, and it helps build up their confidence and build up skills that make them more employable. A lot of it is about teamwork. There's 16 young people on a team, and I lead a team that's based in Sittingbourne, which is covers the whole of the Swale area. 4 weeks of the 12-week programme is a community project, and what they've decided to do for that 4-week slot is to raise money and to actually do the physical renovation of the interior of some of the buildings. So they've got 4 rooms that they're doing up at the moment, and they raised the money last week for the paint and things like that in lots of different ways, lots of sponsored events and a cake sale in Sittingbourne and a sponsored run and lots of street collecting and things like that. So they raised about £700 in a week, which is pretty good going. And since Monday we've been here decorating, stripping wallpaper, sanding down the walls and painting the walls all different fun, lovely colours. So I think we're going to have a bit of a tour.
How long have you been involved in Restoration Youth, your project?
Myself, just since the beginning of this project. So my job is a Prince's Trust team leader, and I'm employed by CXK, and we've just joined Restoration Youth just purely for the community project aspect of the Prince's Trust course. So I've known Dan and the other people that are involved for quite a long time, but in terms of professionally, I've just been involved since the beginning of this project, which was 2 and a bit weeks ago.
Yeah. So, Dan, we've got one of the young people here who's involved with CXK, with the Prince's Trust Group. Do you want to just introduce yourself and say where you come from?
Yeah, it'd be good if you could tell us how you got involved as well.
Yeah, well, I'm Ben Rickwood, and obviously I've started the course since the beginning, and I got involved because my brother was actually on the last course, and he's found it so much fun that he recommended me, so I went for all the interviews and all that, and then that's how I signed up. Yeah, I went for an interview and a taste day, and then after that it was like the first official day. Cool. But like icebreaker week, as it were.
So we're going to have a bit of a tour of the building, Dan, and Ben's going to provide that tour. Is that right?
Yes.
And we've got lots of young people that are trying to, with his assistant.
My assistant,
do you want to introduce?
Yeah. Oh, my assistant Gina will help me with the tour.
Hello.
Well, what I think we'll do, we'll take a little break here, and when we come back, we'll start the tour. This is BRFM 95.6, the island's very own local radio station, right here on the Isle of Sheppey. I'm Daniel, and we are at the moment listening to those interviews I did when I was out and about Restoration Youth's new building, which is the former council offices. And at the moment I'm joined with Dan Pike and Ben. Ben is one of the young people involved in the project, and they're going to show me around what work is being done and how young people are going to benefit from this project as well. We're currently upstairs and we're about to enter Office 1.
This is Office 1, and Holly and Connor are working in this room at the moment.
So should we go in the room, perhaps speak to a few of the guys in here and find out what they're doing?
This is Holly.
Right, okay.
And as you can see, she's doing painting, putting a splash of colour on.
What are your plans for this room? I can see you're painting at the moment, but have you been involved in picking the colours and what's going to happen here?
Yeah, we've got to choose the colours.
So what's the room going to be used for?
It's for offices for young people to start their own businesses and help them with stuff like that.
So is this the sort of office that you would hope to work in yourself?
Yeah, I want mum working in it because it's not too much of a depressing colour.
Well, the colours are purple, so how did you come to choose that colour?
Because we wanted something that weren't going to make people really depressed while I was working, so we thought we'd go for a bright colour.
Well, I'm Connor, and basically I'm part of this group team thing as well, painting the building, and basically I'm going to be working here for 2 weeks on work experience as well, and I've got loads of stuff planned, events planning. I'm also going to organise a fashion show, and this room is possibly going to be my little base that we're decorating now.
Okay, so we're joined with Holly and your upper ladder. So what have you been doing in this room so far? It certainly looks like you're working hard at the moment.
Yeah, I've been putting a bit of hard graft in, I must say. I'm painting the ceilings at the moment, trying to cover over all the cracks and that with polyfill and that. I've been painting the white on top. Trying to spruce it up a bit and everything, to make it... It was a bit dingy before, so we put the darker colour over by the window so it'd keep the light in, it'd bounce it about. So it still looks like quite bright in that, but we've got like the dark colour there as well to make it a bit different.
It's a good experience and a good chance to
it's a good
get involved.
Yeah, it's good calls because it's been needed on the island for a few years now, I think, because there's not much going for it. There's a lot of negative thoughts on that, so it needs sprucing up. We need something here to get it going and kick-start it and get the positive thoughts going.
That's one of those things that, because it's happening now, it makes things good for the future and gets you thinking and gets you excited about things that can be achieved.
Yeah, it does get you thinking when you're sort of, at first, you need to get kick-started, you need to be put in a position to get the thoughts going, to start thinking about it. So that's a good thing, it's going in the right direction.
It certainly sounds good.
Yeah, it is the future of the island, I think. It's what's needed.
So after talking to some of the young people in the first office that was being painted, it was time to move on to room 2.
It's room 2.
Okay.
And it's one of the larger rooms, and this is the room that me and Gina were working on. And Larissa. She doesn't seem to be here at the moment.
She's out downstairs.
As you can see, we have to finish off the tops and then the cutting in and all that stuff. Yeah.
So will this room be used as a similar purpose as the room we've just been in next door?
Yes, it will be used as an office or possibly a counselling office. And Gina's got something to say now.
Well, when we started this room, it was we picked it because we thought it was the biggest and thought it'd be easy to do until we started scraping down the wallpaper, and it wasn't really that easy.
And
all the cracks, we didn't realise how many cracks there was in it. But we've managed to sort it out, but it's not been very easy. But the room's starting to come together, and the paint is...
So it's one of those things, it's not as easy as you thought.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be, that's why we picked it, because we thought it was going to be really easy, but it's actually come to be a bit hard.
This is the most difficult room, because all the piping and the cracks and the windows are completely gone.
So we're going to move across the corridor to the other side now.
Yeah.
Well, this room's certainly bright. It's a nice...
this is one of the brightest rooms.
A lovely green, a luminous green.
Cucumber green. I think Sam picks the colour for that. Well, as you can see, the green's pretty much done on the door wall, and the white still needs touching up. But
We've got 3 walls that are white.
3 walls that are white. That's in all the rooms. 3 walls are white, and we got to pick the colour wall. Yeah.
So each room has kind of got a theme by its colour then?
Yeah, it's got a theme by its colour, because Dan came up with the idea for us as a group, because we were working here, to put our personal touch on it. So we thought one colour wall, and it's like our personal part of the project, as it were.
So instead of one colour overpowering a room,
Yeah,
it's like an accent colour.
Yeah, so that's like a focus point of the room.
Yeah.
We've got Sam here.
Yeah, Sam and Grace working on this room.
Yeah. So has it been a good experience?
Yeah, it's been good. Like good work experience in the painting and decorating sort of side of things. I mean, we had to strip everything. Like the wallpapers took ages, and it sort of tested our patience.
So you've learnt a lot about what's involved in redecorating or even restoring a building?
Definitely, yeah.
So why did you pick this bright colour for this room?
Well, I didn't know what colour to go, and I was like, just pick green. Yeah.
It seemed quite bright. Who actually chose it? Was it both of you?
I chose green, but because Claire didn't know what green I wanted, she just picked that one. Stripped the wallpaper, sanded down the walls, filled in the cracks and the holes, and painted. That's it.
That's good.
Had you ever done anything like this before?
Not really.
No, so this was the first time you'd done any decorating at all?
Well, decorated my house, but that was just easy.
So was this more difficult than decorating your house, or easier, do you think?
I'd say sort of the same really, but more work, you had to like strip the paper down and everything.
Right, thank you all of you for telling us how you're getting on.
Thank you very much.
What I was going to suggest, if we take another break and we continue with the tour in just a minute. So we are at the moment hearing those interviews I did when I was out and about at Restoration Youth's new building, the former council offices in Trinity Road. All over Swell and Love and Life from our website brfm.net. This is the island's very own local radio station. I'm Daniel and you're listening to the Monday Night Community Show, and we're continuing to play out the selection of interviews I did when I was out and about at Restoration Youth's new building in Trinity Road. So once we'd finished looking at the 3 offices that were being repainted and decorated by some of the young people involved in the project, Dan Pike and Ben introduced me to Alex. And Alex is Lizzie's colleague, and of course we spoke to Liz earlier on in this interview. So I thought I'd ask Alex what role he has had in this project.
So far I've just been making sure these guys are working. They're making sure they're all motivated and all doing what they're meant to be doing. So far they've been doing a brilliant job of this. Building had a lot of work to be done when I first saw it, but they've cracked on and got on with it and really been inspirational so far. Everything that's been done they've done to a really high standard, and so far they've been a credit to themselves, and hopefully they continue for the rest of the programme in that vein and continue to be doing really good work.
So it's been a good opportunity for you to work with Restoration Youth and get people involved?
Yeah. So it's good to make links in the area, and this has helped massively, yeah. What
other projects have you been involved in the past like this, or is this the first time you've done this sort of thing?
In the past, projects that have been part of the Princess Trust programme tended to be more focused around gardening. Again, there were elements of DIY there as well, but it's been interesting to do something like this where we work with another organisation and actually get work done to a really high standard because of the links Dan has and because of the resources he's able to add to the project. So
will the people that are involved in this carry on being involved in Restoration Youth long term? Is that the idea?
They should, yeah, potentially, absolutely. That'd be really great. I mean, some people, for example, Connor, that I believe you've spoken to already, he's doing his work experience later on in the course when he finishes here with Dan, so he will definitely be involved with Restoration Youth for the coming weeks at least, and hopefully there's a link that could stay there. Generally, as an assistant team leader in Sittingbourne, just trying to help recruit the young people that are going to be on the course.
Right, okay.
Put in place any work experience or community projects that are to be done throughout the 12 weeks, and generally support young people in any way that's needed.
Okay.
They're group-led activities, but we just essentially facilitate the ideas that the young people come up with.
Okay, thanks. So we're now going to go back to talking to Ben and Gina, and we're now in the big open space upstairs. What's going to happen with this space, and what do you plan to do?
Because this is the first room that you'd see as you come up the stairs, and it's a little hall at the moment, but we plan to knock down this wall and the wall next to it, because to open it out, make it bigger, it's going to be like a dance nightclub studio sort of thing with like a nice little bar for like, I think it's under 18s, isn't it? Yep. So they got like a place to hang out without being like on the streets. So yeah, these walls are going.
So it sounds like it's going to be a good space when it's done.
Yep, it's going to be quite a good space, and we're going to have nice flooring and walls and everything.
And it can be hired out as well by the community.
It can get hired out. Yes. So if anyone wants a party, once it's done, they can come here.
Oh, well, I think we're going to head off downstairs, so we'll take another break and continue the tour there. We are at the moment continuing to hear the interviews I did when I was out and about a Restoration Youth's new building on Trinity Road, and we've just moved downstairs to the old reception area, and I thought I would ask Ben and of course Dan Pike what was happening here.
Well, in the entrance in the hall, at the moment we're just cleaning it because someone professional is doing the hall, doing all the painting and that. And the rooms to the left and the right, or is it just the left? The academy are doing that, and the noise are doing the rooms that we didn't see upstairs.
Right, okay.
So they're doing all those rooms, and so at the moment it's just general cleaning. And in the reception,
What are the noise?
some people are scraping off wallpaper.
You mentioned the noise they're doing upstairs. What are the noise?
Yeah, it'd be good to know actually.
Yeah, it's just a church group of young people, and they're just willing to help out with the community during their half term.
Okay, so they're going to be painting and decorating.
Yeah, they'll be painting and decorating
So
upstairs.
doing similar to what we've seen upstairs, just a different group doing it this time.
A different group doing it, because there are different groups working on the building.
So Adam and Jack were working in the little old reception area, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to speak to them and to see how they were getting on and what they were doing.
Well, we've been stripping wallpaper and for the office all day. Just going.
So a lot more preparation work. 'Cause I think upstairs people just getting into painting. Here you've had to get all the wallpaper stripped off first.
Yeah.
So a bigger job.
Yeah, definitely.
So Adam has been involved in a lot of Restoration Youth. I just wondered if he might talk about his plans for what. We actually run something called Vision Shop, where young people can plan their own activities, projects and events, and sometimes they can become business worthy, these projects and events. And Adam's got some plans, and he's got some things in place to do, so I wonder if you could just talk about them.
Yeah, it'd be good if you could tell us that.
I'm currently starting my own business up, football projects in schools. Dan's actually helped me quite a lot with that, like coming to the accountant meetings with me, helped me get it started. Obviously, because that's what he's doing, starting his own thing up. So he just sort of got me started and told me how to go about it. After the half term, I've got 2 schools which are starting up, and I've got a meeting as well on the 25th, which quite a few schools should be coming to, just to find out a bit more what I'm about and what other services I can provide from. So it's going quite well at the moment.
So Adam, if any schools do want to contact you or find out more, how would they do that?
They can email me at adamshilling7@gmail.com.
Okay, thanks for that. So I think we've come to the end of our tour.
Come to the end of the tour, and if anyone willing to volunteer or donate or like any help would be much appreciated, they can contact Dan.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, people are really excited about getting involved in this project, and there's a real buzz in the atmosphere. So if there's, like Ben says, if there's anyone that wants to get involved or organisations that want to partner with us, feel free to contact me on contact@restorationyouth.co.uk. That's contact@restorationyouth.co.uk. Then you can even contact me on mobile, actually, which is 078 530 42677. We've got a website, www.restorationyouth.co.uk, and we're on Facebook and Twitter as well. Twitter, Restore Tweet. So people can follow the journey, they can join a mailing list and be involved. That'd be great.
Well, Dan, I'd like to thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to come along, and Ben, thank you for coming round and giving us an idea of what's happening here.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, I must say a big thank you to Dan Pike and all the people I spoke to when I was out and about down at Restoration Youth's new building in Sheerness Trinity Road. And I look forward to keeping up to date with Dan Pike on how the project progresses in the future.